Hi everyone, Sherry here again with another Newton's Nook Inky Paws challenge. I'm using Newton Loves Coffee, and here I have a piece of masking paper. This is actually the backing. I've already pulled off the negative. The theme was heart, so what I wanted to do was cut out a mask. I don't own a die, so I wanted to use my brother's Scan and Cut to see if I could cut out this very thin paper. So I thought, well, I just did some vinyl over the weekend. It's about the same thickness. Why not try it? So I did, and I was successful. So I took that negative space and placed it over a piece of Ranger watercolor paper. And now I'm just using various shades of Distress ink and trying to do sort of a ombre effect. So I think I used some worn lipstick up top. This one, the one I just did in the middle, Lord, I don't remember what color it was. It will be linked down below in the description. And then I'm going to come in with some candied apple, but it wasn't dark enough, so I switched up to some barn door, just to give a little bit of a darker red color. And I was having a little bit of problem trying to blend these. My foam pads were new, and they seem to blend a little better after they get real dirty and lots of ink build up in them. So I just did the best I could. Wasn't too worried about it because I knew that I was going to spray it with some water and get that distressed look. So now I'm pulling off that negative piece. And then I'm going to get my distress sprayer and I'm going to spray it and then let it sit for a few minutes and wipe it up. And I'm sorry, I did have to speed this up. This video was extremely long. Any of you that watch me, you know I'm really slow. So when I go to edit, I really have to edit. So now I'm coming in with a couple of cool gray markers. This is C3. And I'm just going around the left edge of the heart. And this is just going to create a little shadow. So I'll come in with my C3. Then I'll go over that with my C1 and extend it out just a little. And then I'm going to come in with my colorless blender and blend that all in. So I'm going to get that done, and I'm going to use, like I said, Newton Loves Coffee, and I am going to stamp my little kitty onto some Nina Solar White, and I'm using actually using Lone Fawn Jet Black ink. That's pretty new. This is a Copic friendly ink, and I love it. I have some other that I use, and I have to always put it in my Misty because I can never get a really good image the first time, and I did here. So I'm going to color my kitty with some warm grays, and this is a warm gray 1, I believe, and then I'm going to use the colorless blender, blend it out. I don't always remember to show my Copic caps, and I apologize for that, but I do list the colors, usually down below, if you want to see the ones that I used that didn't show. So I came in also here with a W7 marker, a W5 marker, and a W4 marker, just to color the kitty's body. And again, I just put in my shadows where I think there would be shadows. And now I'm going to move on to his head. I'm not worried about staying in the lines because I will be cutting this kitty out. So again, I'm doing W7, W5, and W4, and then I used a little R00 for the inner ears and the nose. And now I'm coloring the little coffee pot. Just 2 colors. The image is kind of small. No need for more than 2, really. And then I'm going to bring in some darker C markers just to create what I call the metal pieces on the coffee pot. And again, I'm going in with some C1 just to give the glass portion a little bit of color. And then R24 and 27 for his collar. And I went back over his face one more time. There was a light spot there that I was not happy with, so did that. Got him all cut out. Went around his edges with the Tombow marker just to hide the white core. And then I have some paper from My Favorite Things. This is their neutral dots and stripes. And I've used the Simon Says Stamp basic rectangle die to cut that out. And I'm going to apply this to my card with a little Tombow. So get that down. And then I'm going to take my heart piece, and I use the Lawn Fawn. It's the new die, the Fancy Scalloped Stackables, rectangular stackables. And I cut out the background that we made with the heart, and I'm going to place that in the middle. And I'm going to go ahead and stamp the sentiment, and it reads, "We make the perfect blend." And I'm going to use a little bit of Onyx Black ink to do that. Going to get everything lined up here where I want it. And I actually got this one straight. I was so proud. Get that stamped on and get the Misty out of the way. And I'm going to pop up my little kitty with some foam tape. I covered him pretty well on the back side. Tiny little pieces. So I laid him down, and then I'm thinking I want to put some bling on here, and I really didn't like the sequins I normally use. So I found these rhinestones in my stash, and I wanted to bring in more of that teal color. So I just took my BG13 marker and colored them, and it seemed to work fine. So I'm going to place one right there on his little collar, and then scatter a few around. And again, using odd numbers, it's more pleasing to the eye. So I'm going to place this last rhinestone here right down under the sentiment. And this is going to be my card for today. Thanks for joining, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye now.